I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make some videos under the influence of this 92% THC Brownie Scout so that people can see what its, value is. First of all, when I just took this last one, and I've written about this, and I go on and on and on, and the thoracic outlet syndrome patients understand. But at any rate, just now when I did one, it was like a crunch in my shoulder deep down. Very audible, loud crunch after I inhaled the dab. And then it shot, wouldn't call it pain. It's like relief down to my left legs, like blood is flowing black down there. So, there's this whole body high. There must be CBD in Brownie Scout. I threw away the package it came in, and it's labeled on the package and not the container. But there must be. Feels like there is. My point of the video is the body high from it. I'm so comfortable of mind and body. It's a level of comfort that I couldn't even imagine. It's, if I was in my bed, I could fall asleep if I'm not careful. Just trying to make this video. I want to make it because this whole thing started, ironically, when I was working for Healthline. I was assigned a story on dabs. And, at that time I was sober already, and I had the respect of local people in law enforcement that I knew because I had struggled my whole life. Nobody ever thought I'd get sober. So I called Doug Williams up, who's, he picked on me in high school, whatever, but he seemed like a good cop at the time. And he's been good to me in the past, as is his wife, Wendy, very nice woman. And Doug brought along Steve Rusk, who I immediately recognized from Augustana, so it's not like they were going to tell me who he was or anything like that. Anyway, I took them both to Mulkeys. We talked about dabs. Ironically, and I'm going to throw this out here because when you've gotten so, I don't want to say intimate, and in law enforcement, you say something like this, boy, they'll razz somebody to no end, but intimate as in, I have been very frank with law enforcement on every level possible, and you do get, I don't know how often they've had situations where people like myself. Imagine dealing with a journalist who's the victim of a crime. It's being covered up by the other journalists. Your rep is Bustos. The sheriff is Bustos. He was appointed. And in the interest of full disclosure, they removed this man, Boyd, who was married to the ad director of the Times, who is the daughter of my mother's boss of 30 years. Woo, woo, woo! It's a big town, but for me, there may as well be 10 damn people in it, because that's what it feels like. Anyway, I just totally lost because I'm high. I don't want to say high. I'm medicated, and I didn't lose track. I'm going to remember. Winslow, yeah. So we're sitting there at Mulkeys. First thing Doug Williams asks me, and how random. I didn't have a marijuana card. What do you think about Matt Stern? That's what Doug Williams said. I think he's no good, but Steve Rusk says he's okay. It was so random. I said, I think Matt's okay. I said, Matt's always been good to me. I said, when I didn't get on student parliament and Matt was made president, he had a card made up for me and had me made an honorary member as the media liaison. And that's so hilarious, and I wish I still had that card. And does everybody love my my red and yellow house? And what do you think about my turtle over there, Tippy? He's from the West Palm Beaches. I'm sorry, and I know it's silly, but anyway, so so in a nutshell, Rusk told me, dabbing was the new thing, and people were making it themselves, though, was the issue, and their houses were blowing up. How ironic that a house down the street blew up. In fact, I believe it's the one and only house with a Bustos sign in the yard. Why would anybody put a Bustos sign in their yard, especially in my neighborhood? She doesn't even have an opponent. She does, but... Ring dong! I understand freedom of speech Works every way around, but that's just antagonizing. But anyhow, so that's what Doug wanted to know. But anyway, long story short, so I got the all off the record from Rusk, and then I had to call Winslow, and I liked Winslow on the phone, and it was almost like he knew he was talking to somebody who maybe knew a little bit more than just a polished reporter, which I never, obviously I'm very upfront about everything and things I know, but he's the one that got me vomiting out of the mouth. And then it seemed like he didn't like it when I gave him too much, I guess. I don't know. He disappeared. And then a couple years later, I got an email. Oh, thought you knew I didn't work for ISP anymore. Well, who was I? You guys, it's just so over the top. And this was on Twitter, and I need to say it again. How can I say anything bad about the Rock Island Police Department when if it wasn't for them, the FBI wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be in this situation. And Michael Warner told me it was going to get very scary. He said it wouldn't be worth it. He said it wouldn't be worth it if I said anything about Sherry being in the jail. I don't know. I think it's all going to work out somehow. I just worry about running out of marijuana. But anyway, my point, these dabs are pretty good. And this gets me to a level of I couldn't achieve this. And, those medications they give you, this is not what they do. And then with the long-term damage they do is terrible, So, I just feel so serene and peaceful. But again, it's not just the peace of mind, it's the peace of body. I feel an intense body high from this Brownie Scout. 92%. Well, how do you make it 100%? And so what's the other 8? Well, I guess CBD, right? Right or not? Does it have to add up to 100 from those 2? Is that how they put it on the label? I don't know. If I think of something more interesting, I'll come back on.